Bonjour and hello everybody. This is Deepti, directrice of Here and Now the French Institute. I welcome you to another interesting episode on Happy Learning French series. And today's topic is negation. How to negate. Est-ce que tu peux m'aider? Non, je ne peux pas, j'ai du travail. Tu veux du café? Oui, pourquoi pas? Maintenant tu peux m'aider? Non, je ne veux pas de café. Tu crois en fantôme? Non, mais pourquoi tu me demandes? Negation in French is seen as a difficult topic. However, it need not be one. I'm going to simplify negation in this video for you. There are four important aspects in negation. Number one, formation. We will begin with a simple negated statement with ne pas. Number two, different expressions of negation. Just not ne pas, but ne que, ne jamais, ne rien, and so on. Number three, articles. Four articles and how it changes in a negative sentence. And number four, negation in various tenses, both simple and complex tenses. Let me start with number one, the formation. Negation in French is formed by adding ne before the verb and pas after the verb. For example, je parle français. I speak French. And in negative sentence, we say je ne parle pas français. I do not speak French. Number two, different expressions of negation. We have listed 9 other expressions in negated sentences. For example, ne plus plus. Je ne bois plus le Coca-Cola. I don't drink Coca-Cola anymore. Ne plus rien. Je ne vois rien. I don't see anything or I see nothing. Ne plus aucun or aucune. Je n'ai aucun morceau de gâteau. There isn't any cake left. Je n'ai aucune idée. I don't have an idea. Ne plus jamais. Je ne bois jamais les boissons froides. I never drink anything cold. Ne plus pas encore. Elle n'a pas encore fini le compte rendu. She has not yet completed the report. Ne plus que. Je n'ai que la voiture Renault. I don't have a car other than Renault. Ne plus personne. Est-ce que tu ne vois personne? Don't you see anybody? Ne plus ni ni. Nous ne sommes ni pour ni contre les gilets jaunes. We are neither for nor against the gilets jaunes. Ne plus nulle part. Il ne va nulle part. He's not going anywhere. There are two parts in the negation video. In the second part of the video, we explain how we use personne and rien in front of the verb. Number 3, articles in a negated sentence. There are 4 different types of articles and how they change in a negative sentence. If you have questions related to articles, we recommend you to watch our dedicated playlist on articles. The link you will find in the description box. Now let us see what will happen to an article in a negated sentence. People have been continuously asking us this question and here we are addressing it. You know that there are 4 types of articles: indéfini, défini, contracté and partitif. Article indéfini and partitif change into prepositions de and the apostrophe in a negated sentence, whereas article défini and contracté remain the same even if the statement is negated. Now, with some examples. Article indéfini, un, une, des. A, an or some. Affirmation, j'ai un stylo. I have a pen. Negation, je n'ai pas de stylo. I do not have a pen. Il a une souris. He has a mouse. Il n'a pas de souris. He does not have a mouse. Elle veut des fleurs. She wants some flowers. Elle ne veut pas de fleurs. She does not want flowers. And article partitif, du, de la, des and des l'apostrophe. For example, tu veux du café? Do you want some coffee? Non, je ne veux pas de café. I do not want coffee. You can also ask the same question in a negative form. Vous ne voulez pas de café? Non, je ne veux pas de café. A point to remember. Let's say a question is formed negatively, but you want to respond to it affirmatively. Then we say si. Vous ne voulez pas de café? Si, je veux du café. Number 4. Negation in various tenses, both simple and complex. In any language, there are 3 broad categories of tenses: present, past, and future. In French, tenses are either simple or complex, based on their formation. In a simple tense, ne is placed before and pas is placed after the verb. Examples: present. Je parle, je ne parle pas. Imparfait, je parlais, je ne parlais pas. And future, je parlerai, je ne parlerai pas. And in a complex tense, the sentence consists of 2 verbs, an auxiliary verb and the action verb. The auxiliary verbs are avoir or être. In such cases, ne is placed in front of the auxiliary verb and pas is placed after the auxiliary verb. Examples in complex tenses. Passé composé. J'ai parlé, je n'ai pas parlé. Plus que parfait. J'avais parlé, je n'avais pas parlé. Futur intérieur. J'aurais parlé, je n'aurais pas parlé. And conditionnel passé. J'aurais parlé, je n'aurais pas parlé. Well, and that's it for the part 1 of negation video. Hope you found this video useful and educative. For more such content, please keep tuned to Here and Now the French Institute. Like, share and subscribe to Here and Now the French Institute. Until then, this is Deepti, directrice of Here and Now the French Institute. Au revoir and happy learning French. PDF?
Oh, c'est pas écrit.
Ce n'est pas là, non? D'accord. Ok. Merci, mademoiselle. Kabish? We can stop.